Penguins have made a sneaky good trade acquiring Colorado defenseman, or former Colorado defenseman, Ilya Solovyov. Kyle Dubas has made a move to shore up the defenseman, as Kris Letang also might be missing a few games. So a huge, important move to bring in a depth defenseman from the Colorado Avalanche. I think this is a pretty smart move for Kyle Dubas. And we're going to be getting into that trade a little bit more today on Penguins Digest. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of days since I've been with you. Hope you guys enjoyed your, your Monday. It's Tuesday now when I'm uploading this. Hope everyone's having a great day, a great time whenever you guys join this. The Penguins, they have been, this is one of the more insignificant trades. I think it can be significant. I'll tell you guys why soon. But I think they've been in the trades. Kyle Dubas is making a lot of calls, so maybe a sign of things to come. But Ilya Solovyov is coming over from Colorado. I think it's a solid trade, and I think it makes a lot of sense for the Penguins to do. And at the end of the day, the Penguins do need a defensive depth. They traded someone who they don't really need. He's been in the AHL for a long time. So we're going to break down everything from each side of the trade, give you some more injury updates, and talk about tomorrow's game in Calgary for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And they are on a roll, so it's going to be super exciting to see what's in store for the Penguins tomorrow. And before we get into all the news today, as you guys know, today's video is brought to you by Kalshi. When you download Kalshi, using the link below or our partner code DigestNHL, you'll get $20 when you trade your first $100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the U.S. On their platform, you can trade yes or no on real-life events, sports, elections, news, and pretty much anything, whether you're in California, Texas, or Pittsburgh, or anywhere else in the country. Kalshi is live in all 50 states. You can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. And as you guys know, the NFL playoffs have been going on lately. If you can take a look here, you can see that right now they have the Seattle Seahawks as the most favorite team to win the Super Bowl here. If you trade $20 on that, you can get $50 back. Again, they are the favorites. Obviously, the Denver Broncos, they might have been the favorites before Bo Nix went down, and now their backup quarterback has to play, so it's not looking very likely for them. And right now they have New England and Los Angeles at the same percentage to win. But the Seahawks, they absolutely dominated the 49ers in their game, so it's reason to see why they might be the favorites. But yeah, I think if you're looking at the Seahawks to win, I think you still get a decent amount of money back if you do trade down $20, and I think they have a really good chance right now. I mean, they have been pretty dominant throughout the playoffs, so I don't hate that at all. But always, Kalshi is a genuinely smarter way to use your sports or news knowledge, and you can close positions whenever you want. You can trade on the NHL, you can trade on the NFL, you can trade on the NBA, and download Kalshi with the link below and use code DigestNHL to get your $20 bonus. And thank you again for Kalshi for sponsoring this video. Alright, let's get into the trade. So, the Penguins have acquired defenseman Ilya Solovyov from the Colorado Avalanche in exchange for Valtteri Puustinen and a 2026 7th round pick. Again, you might look at this trade and think, hey, Nick, man, or I don't know why I should care about this trade. And I'll tell you why this is probably a sneaky good trade. Number one, I'll say Ilya Solovyov has played some NHL games this season. He has played with the best team in the NHL, the Colorado Avalanche. And he got his first NHL goal, I think 10 days ago. So not too long ago with the Avalanche. It was a pretty nice shot from inside the offensive zone on the left side. It was, decent. Had a big celebration there. So good for him as always. And again, he is signed at about league minimum. He's 25 years old, left shot D. But again, you know what I will tell you guys? He is huge. He's 6'3", 209. Imagine him on a pair with a guy like Jack St. Ivany. That's a scary pair. I don't know how fleet of foot they would be, but that's a scary pair in my opinion. And I think Ilya Solovyov, I believe this is his second team now. He was on the Calgary Flames. I guess technically his third team now, but I think this is a solid move for the Penguins. Again, Valtteri Puustinen has been around for a long time with the Wilkes-Barre Stratton Penguins, but I think maybe he'll be able to get a chance, hopefully, with the Colorado's AHL team. To me, this just kind of seems like a move where each player will get more opportunity with the teams they were swapped for. At the end of the day, the Penguins do need defensemen. I'll get into it a little more. Erik Karlsson might be on his way back, but he's still injured. Kris Letang is injured. There's been a few injuries all over the Penguins defense. I know Caleb Jones is still out with an injury on the AHL conditioning since. So some defensive depth and just some new players on the defense. I think is super important. Of course, they've been able to swap out a bunch of guys on the NHL on the forward squad. But defensively, there hasn't been too much change in guard aside from the every now and then Ryan Graves comes up and he gets sent back down. So I don't hate this at all. And of course, Puustinen. This is from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins a couple of days ago. He was 5th in points, 4th in assists, and 8th in goals of all skaters who have played for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Obviously, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins GOAT, Tom Kostopoulos, is on top of all the records there. But so he is now a member of the Colorado Avalanche. So it looks like his records will end there. Of course, just looking at his stats here again, 26 years old, was taken in the 7th round in 2019. You know what? For a 7th round pick, he has carved out a decent career. Again, 66 games in the NHL with 24 points. That's honestly not that bad at all, in my opinion. In the AHL, he's been really, really good. He's been there for a long time. And I think with Colorado, hopefully he'll get an opportunity. Again, he's a smaller player, 5'9", 183, compared to Solovyov, who was 6'3", like 209. Again, I think this is a good trade for both sides. I really like to trade for the Penguins just because they need some defensive depth. Puustinen wasn't getting in the forward lineup, and you can add a guy who's played a lot of games in the NHL this season, has been on a couple teams. He played with Calgary last year. I believe he got some NHL games with them, and Puustinen hopefully gets a better opportunity. So Kyle Dubas seems like he does right by another longtime veteran. Puustinen has put in his work in the AHL. I think he deserves a chance with an NHL squad, and hopefully he can get that with Colorado. Hopefully Solovyov can be a good player for the Penguins here. I think it could be a solid move for both sides, and of course this move makes sense. The Penguins are back on the ice before now. Burn back-to-back. Obviously they'll have Calgary and Edmonton. Erik Karlsson is on the ice in a regular jersey. Been on IR since last Tuesday with a lower body injury. So that's one reason they'll make the move. Another reason is Kris Letang is day-to-day with an upper body injury and did not practice today. So Karlsson is injured and Karlsson is injured and Kris Letang is injured. So a lot of injuries on the Penguins line. So this you might be a stopgap trade. Maybe Solovyov ends up in the AHL, but I think Solovyov could be a solid, depth defenseman for them. That's why I think this is a sneaky good trade for them at the end of the day. And a 7th round pick was involved. I would bet against that not really mattering. If I could place a trade on Kalshi of the 7th round pick becoming an NHL regular player, and I put $1 down, I bet I would get $1,000 on my trade. So I don't think that's gonna happen. And the Penguins have $1 million in draft picks, so 7th rounder isn't gonna hurt anyone. Again, that's why I think this is a solid trade for the Penguins, who are now in a divisional spot. I keep saying they can easily make the playoffs here, and they're not. Look, guys, they're not too far off from 2nd in the division. I don't know if they're gonna win the Metropolitan Division. I mean, it's not out of the question. But I don't know if I would take that trade. But it's super interesting. And then obviously you have the Atlantic Division where everyone is winning right now. Tampa, Detroit, Montreal, Boston, Buffalo, even Ottawa in there, kind of Florida in there. They've all been winning. But the Penguins really have to worry about the Flyers and the Capitals. And the Penguins have been playing great hockey lately. I mean, I can't really complain. Despite dealing with injuries and roster swaps and all this stuff going on, they're still playing good. They look to continue that streak tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time against the Calgary Flames. So hopefully it will be a good game. Let me know what you guys think about that swap of Puustinen for Solovyov. I personally think it's a smart trade by Kyle Dubas. We'll see if the pro scouts did a good job finding him. And let me know what you guys think. And of course, we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and peace out for now.